Last year, this is how you start off a retirement.
And we love building memories together, so this is one that we'll never forget.
At least you didn't have to come get us.
Executive producer, Jerry Bruckheimer. Executive producer, Bertram Van Munster. Executive producer, Jonathan Littman. Executive producer, Elise Doganieri. Executive producer, Mark Vertulo. Executive producer, Phil Kogan. Executive producer, Patrick Cariaga.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Weather forecast every day. CBS 47 is always available at yourcentralvalley.com.
At Metro, get a new iPhone 12 with 5G. Take amazing pictures and share instantly. You don't take yada yada in life? Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get a new iPhone 12 with 5G for only $99.99. Only at Metro.
I find it hard to believe you don't know.
I've got to go, okay? Bye.
Beauty you are. But if you don't,
Thanks,
put
Mom.
down your hands. 'Cause I see you. I'll be your mirror.
You were made to dream about it for years. We were made to help you book it in minutes.
On your period, sudden gushes happen. Say goodbye gush fears thanks to Always Ultra Thins with rapid dry technology that absorbs 2 times faster. Hello, clean and comfortable. Always fear no gush.
Colbert's got a new Late Show with John Lithgow tonight on CBS.
Next time on The Amazing Race, all bets are off.
We want to run our own race today.
As some hit the wrong notes. And others sing a familiar tune.
We're over there.
Stop talking to me like that.
You ever heard of the honey trappers?
Females hidden rich VIPs.
These women are deadly.
We gotta find them before they strike next. Let's go get them.
A new SWAT, Friday on CBS.
The people who do this job come back the next day and do it all over again.
A new CSI Vegas, Sunday on CBS.
Check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, AmeriGuards it.
Get the latest breaking news at yourcentralvalley.com and your pinpoint weather forecast every day. CBS 47 is always available at yourcentralvalley.com. This is Murrow and Emmy Award winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11.
Nobody was expecting it. You know, there were just 2 teenage boys playing video games.
A family in Coalinga now grieving after shots were fired into their home last night. Family members tell us 16-year-old Julian Andrade was shot and killed while sitting at his desk playing video games. CBS 47's Catherine Phillips has the latest on what his family is saying as deputies investigate.
I get a phone call from my brother Damien, and he's FaceTiming me because he's deaf, and he's telling me, screaming that something happened, that they're shooting, and that my brother is dead. And he turns the camera, and I see my brother just laying there in a puddle of blood.
Left untouched from Tuesday night, 16-year-old Julian Andrade's video game console is still turned on. His controller still sitting on his desk. His family says he was sitting here playing his game when their lives changed forever and his was stolen.
Nobody was expecting it. You know, there were just 2 teenage boys playing video games.
His sister, Claudia Baquero, says he was the baby of the family and a quiet young man who loved gaming and playing with his little nieces and nephews.
It's harder. He was just young and barely going to start his life. You know, he would have been 17 on the 29th of April.
Coalinga police responded to the shooting around 9 o'clock on Tuesday to their house on Houston Lane. The Fresno County Sheriff's Office has since taken over the investigation. They say someone arrived at their home and fired into the house from outside. They don't know if the suspect walked there, drove, or even rode a bike. They say they don't think it was random and are going to look into if it was gang-related. However, at this point, they haven't released leads on a suspect. Still, his family wants whoever did this to come forward, and they're asking neighbors to hand over security footage to investigators.
If you're so tough to get behind a gun, come and pay the price. We just want justice. He was a 16-year-old boy that didn't deserve this.
Reporting in Fresno, Catherine Phillips, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
And we have continuing coverage tonight. Fresno County Sheriff's deputies have arrested 2 people for a shooting in Del Rey. We brought you the story last night at 11 o'clock. The suspects are a teen and a young adult. The sheriff's office is not releasing their names. Last night around 8, deputies responded to a report of shots fired on the 5600 block of South Oak Lane in Del Rey. Deputies say they found a man shot. He is now recovering.
We've been feeling a warming trend for the last couple of days, and today was no different. In fact, many of you made it into the 80s this afternoon. We are going to keep warming, so tomorrow expect to be a few degrees warmer. Let's give you a look outside with our Table Mountain Sky Valley Cam Network. This will be a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera. We did see a mix of sun and clouds today, mostly thin high clouds around, but we were still able to see some blue sky, and we really had a pretty sunset with some great color this evening. 68 right now, Fresno, 62 Merced, 61 if you are in Visalia. Here's a look at tomorrow's forecast. We'll start out in the 50s. By noon, already up to the mid-70s, which is average, and then we'll continue to warm from there. Low 80s for the afternoon hours. I'll let you know how long 80s will stick around in your pinpoint weather forecast coming up, but first we'll send it back to Catherine.
Lauren, thank you. In the South Valley, a 70-year-old woman has major injuries after she was hit by a motorcycle in Hanford. It happened around 2:30 this afternoon on 6th Street near Green Street. The 20-year-old driver of the motorcycle stayed at the scene. The cause of this collision is under investigation. Tonight, members of the Clovis Unified School Board voted to adopt a set of new boundaries for their schools. And here's a look at some of the maps outlining the new boundaries. Tonight's vote was unanimous, with board member Hugh Autry absent due to a case of pneumonia. The district says that they have met with parents and listened to their feedback about the proposed boundary changes.
In some areas, we have schools that are decreasing enrollment. In other areas, we have schools that are growing rapidly and really becoming overcrowded. We want to avoid either of those things. We need schools that are at a healthy enrollment, that allow all the co-curricular programs, that allow kids to have access to those, but also avoid overcrowded classes and the stress that puts on the cafeteria and restrooms and all of those things.
These new boundaries will take effect starting with the 2025-26 school year. A big crowd at the Fresno Airport tonight to welcome home the 28th Central Valley Honor Flight. It arrived just before 10 o'clock tonight. A group of 74 Valley veterans from 9 counties toured the monuments and memorials erected in their honor in Washington, D.C. Tonight's arrival was delayed by more than 3.5 hours, but that didn't dim the spirits of the folks who were waiting to greet the Valley veterans.
To the community and the veterans that are coming in, it's such an honor for these men and women who served.
Before their return flight, the group experienced a day full of special events, such as Marine Corps veteran Sergio Silva of Clovis, celebrating his 80th birthday on day 3 of the Central Valley Honor Flight.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sergio. Happy birthday to you.
Veterans also saw the changing of the guard at Arlington National Cemetery and a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, with 4 Honor Flight members taking part.
You asked me about it being fresh in my mind. It's etched in my heart and in my mind. This was the greatest privilege that I've ever had.
Purple Heart recipient and Vietnam veteran Jose Perez of Jamestown says he was criticized when he returned from the war, and he appreciated the things he and the other veterans received from the students of Portsmouth Christian of Dover, New Hampshire.
What I saw yesterday and today in these young little gentlemen and women What I saw, their enthusiasm, their sincerity, their thanks, I felt, and I will take that with me to my grave. So it more than made up for what we were exposed to when we came home.
The day continued at the Korean War Memorial and the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, where Sergio Silva, who is in fragile health, was able to find the name of his cousin who didn't make it home from Vietnam.
Just love this. I really wanted to do this before my birthday and before I pass.
And as of this latest flight, the generous people of the Valley have made it possible for the Central Valley Honor Flight to take 1,873 veterans to their memorials. The all-volunteer organization was founded in 2013. We have some important information for drivers in Madera County. Starting today, the northbound lanes of Highway 99 just south of Avenue 12 are closed so crews can replace the Cottonwood Creek Bridge. For now, northbound traffic is being routed through a portion of the new southbound bridge. The northbound lanes are expected to be closed for the rest of the year. And they're all over Fresno. They have been for months. Potholes creating hazardous conditions and damaging cars. CBS 47's Jason Toktagian shows us how the city of Fresno is working to get a handle on the pothole problem.
It's a feeling that's become more common, a series of jolts while driving from point A to point B. Fresno mechanics say they've been busy with pothole-related car repairs.
We normally will see at least one or two that can be directly related to potholes and California road conditions in general once a week.
The potholes can be nearly impossible to miss, but when you hit one hard, the damage can be severe, and most cars on California roads are feeling the impact in one way or another.
The last storm that came through, we had a particular vehicle that hit a pothole that was so large it physically broke one of the lower control arms, causing the wheel to fold up into the car, breaking an axle. Typically about 8 out of every 10 cars on the road in California are actually out of alignment just in general due to road conditions.
Vehicle pothole repairs can cost anywhere between $100 up to $2,000. That's why Fresno's Assistant Director of Public Works says the city is trying to stay on top of the gaps in the roads.
We have over 1,840 miles of road network to maintain. So that's an extensive network. We have teams of people out working on that today. And our goal is to get them filled and get these roads back into serviceable condition as quickly as possible.
But why does it seem like our roads this year are in such rough shape?
The weather has a lot to do with our pothole issue here in Fresno. We've had several storms with dry periods in between. We go out and start patching these potholes, and then another storm hits. That combined with vehicle traffic will lead to pothole conditions.
The city says it's responded to 860 pothole repairs so far in 2024. However, since April 14th, 169 repair requests have been submitted.
It's difficult to be able to know where every single pothole is, and so we do rely on residents to report potholes as they see them. City of Fresno residents can do that by calling 311, or they can download the Fresgo app and report it there.
Jason Toktagian, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
New at 11, the Los Angeles Police Department is investigating a series of so-called flash mob robberies. They involve up to 20 suspects at retail stores. The thieves began targeting stores on March 3rd, all within just a few miles of each other. Security footage shows the groups entering stores at night wearing hooded sweatshirts and face coverings. They grabbed items off of shelves and then dash out of the stores. Some of the suspects even leaving on bicycles. The LAPD is hoping that someone will recognize them. Police in Stockton are investigating a multi-car accident that sent a fire engine crashing into a home. It happened just after 7 in the morning. The fire engine was on the way to a call. One driver has serious injuries, but no one in the fire truck was hurt. The owner of the home was across the street buying a cup of coffee at a gas station when the crash occurred. Some students in the North Valley can get money for college, and all they have to do is give back to their community. It's made possible through the California Service Corps. At an event today, leaders at UC Merced and the Service Corps announced it has recruited 1,000 people to join the program. Students who join can receive up to $10,000 for college by completing community service. That money can be used for college, trade schools, or to pay off student loans. The chancellor at UC Merced says the program goes a long way to help students and the Valley.
It's something so intuitive, something so normal, to give students an opportunity to apply what they're learning and improve their community and help pay for their education.
There are nearly 10,000 people in the area. The California Service Corps is making its largest service force in the country. Coming up here on Eyewitness News at 11, a puppy stuck in a pipe. We'll take you inside the elaborate rescue of this little 7-week-old puppy in Fresno County. Plus, the construction cost was estimated at more than $1 million. Tonight, a pricey public toilet is now open in the Bay Area. Was it worth the cost? We'll take a look inside. But first, the winning numbers for tonight's Super Lotto drawing worth $27 million. Also tonight here, the winning numbers for tonight's Powerball worth $78 million. We're back in little over a minute.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Charger and Challenger, 2 icons created to own the road. Get yours today and save during Dodge Power Shot Days. Are you smiling because it's Ram Truck Month? Oh yeah, of course you are. Ram trucks are designed and built with style, toughness, and character. Get 10% off MSRP on a new 2024 Ram 1500 or get up to $9,300 off MSRP on a new 2023 Dodge Challenger GT. Family owned and operated. Fresno Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat.
Tonight at The Late Show, I'm joined by Jennifer Gardner and a dozen adorable puppies. Her rider is very specific.
Tonight on CBS.
Stay informed, stay connected with the Valley Cam Network, presented by Table Mountain Sky. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11 with Catherine Hurd, Brian Dorman, and Pinpoint Weather with Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace on CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Take a look at this. A pregnant woman was airlifted from a Disney cruise ship. This was sailing 180 miles northwest of Puerto Rico. The woman, who is a U.S. citizen, experienced some health complications and required a higher level of medical care on shore. A Coast Guard aircrew took her to San Jose, Puerto Rico. Back here in the Valley, a 7-week-old puppy fell 80 feet down an abandoned well pipe. This happened in northern Fresno County. Firefighters consulted with Fresno Humane, and they were able to rescue the injured puppy. Several tools from their technical rescue unit were used, including a telescoping rescue camera. Folks with Fresno Humane transported the puppy to a veterinarian to be evaluated. New at 11, a toilet that made national headlines over its hefty price tag is now open for business. This is in San Francisco's Noe Valley neighborhood. The construction cost for the ordinary-looking restroom was estimated at $1.7 million. Thanks to contributions from multiple companies, the price was reduced to $300,000. The project put a spotlight on how difficult and expensive it can be to build in San Francisco. And in Oakland, someone is stealing historic street lamps around Lake Merritt. The poles are almost 100 years old, and at least 10 of them are damaged or missing. Because the original lampposts were installed in 1925, the city can't just order new ones. They have to be custom made at a price of about $15,000 a piece.
I think I would feel more comfortable if the lights were up, but also my wife likes to run really early in the morning, and I think that does concern me more.
Oakland Public Works employees are putting up temporary poles and lights. It will save the lives of Southern California wildlife. A new video of a wildlife crossing that's being built over a busy Los Angeles area freeway. That story coming up right after your Pinpoint weather forecast.
And we are continuing to feel this warming trend. Temperatures reach the 80s today, very similar tomorrow. 66 at midnight, 61 at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, 83 at 5 p.m. I will let you know how long we will feel temperatures in the 80s in your Pinpoint weather forecast next.
Brian Dorman and Catherine Herr, award-winning investigative journalists with Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. Weekdays starting at 4 p.m. The Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News Team.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on select battery lawnmower sets. Real Steel. Find yours.
Now is a great time to get an offer you'll love on the Accord Hybrid and CR-V Hybrid. Inventory is here, so bring on the fun. Bring on the weekend getaways. Bring on the memories. And get a great offer on a Honda, named the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
Every day, we're working to make California's energy system safer and stronger than the day before. Whether it's deploying new technologies like artificial intelligence for faster fire detection and response, undergrounding more lines in high fire risk areas because it's less expensive in the long run, and installing stronger poles and covered power lines. At PG&E, we are building a stronger, safer, and more affordable energy system for your community.
Congratulations to our Central Valley football player prospects. Go to yourcentralvalley.com for updates or scan the QR code now. Local draft coverage on CBS 47 is brought to you by Toyota.
Men and women both face factors that can impede normal hair growth and trigger hair loss. Well-Rooted Hair and Scalp Clinic has helped thousands of happy patients address hair loss and scalp disorders. Book your free consultation and get your hair loss under control. Scan now for details.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. Now, your CBS 47 Pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. And we've had a very interesting temperature trend, not only the last couple days, but really the last couple of weeks. But here's a look at the most recent days. Saturday was the really interesting day where we hit our high fairly early in the afternoon hours. Cold front was moving through, and by the end of the afternoon hours, many of you had dropped back into the 40s at the point when we typically are feeling our highs. We kept the cool air in place on Sunday, high of 60 degrees, 67 Monday. Yesterday, 75, very close to the average high of 74. And then today, temperatures topped out at 80 degrees. We will keep 80s around for the next several days. So we do have a stretch of above average temperatures ahead. 68 in Fresno now, 61 Visalia, 62 in Lemoore. Los Banos currently at 61 degrees. We have 54 for those of you in Mariposa and 55 in Oakhurst. Last 12 hours, radar satellite loop off and on today. We've had the clouds overhead, most of them the thin high clouds, so we're still able to get some sunshine filtering through. I do expect to keep some clouds around as we go through the next couple of days, but even with the clouds, we are still going to be feeling those above average temperatures. So let's run you through the next 2 days. We start at 11 o'clock this evening. Again, some clouds around tonight. Overall, a partly cloudy night. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Partly cloudy again for tomorrow. That's 7 o'clock on Thursday evening. Taking you through Thursday night, we still are going to see a couple of clouds. Here's 7 o'clock on your Friday morning. On Friday in the valley, we'll stay partly cloudy. We'll stay dry, but in the afternoon hours over the crest of the Sierra, we will see a slight chance for a few isolated showers, some isolated snow. I don't think this is going to impact a lot of places that are open right now, like Yosemite Valley area. So again, that's going to be closer to the crest. For tonight, temperatures are going to drop back mainly to the 50s in the valley. In Merced, 54 for your low, 82 tomorrow. Firebaugh down to 54 tonight. You'll top out at 83 tomorrow afternoon. Kerman, 55 tonight, 83 tomorrow. Fresno, your low, 58, and then 84 tomorrow afternoon. Visalia 55 tonight, 83 tomorrow. Corcoran 55 tonight. You have 85 on the way tomorrow afternoon. Oakhurst 46 tonight, 76 tomorrow. Auberry, you'll be at 74 degrees for your Thursday. And Three Rivers 51 tonight, but we do have 80s on the way tomorrow afternoon for you. Heading to Yosemite Valley, partly cloudy, 76 tomorrow. Sequoia National Park will be at 65. Good air quality again. Merced, Madera counties tomorrow. Everyone else in the valley and Sequoia National Park will be in the moderate category. On to your extended forecast, 84 tomorrow, partly cloudy Friday, 83. We'll stick with 83 for your Saturday. Sunday up to 84. Same thing on Monday, and then we'll feel slightly cooler temperatures heading into Tuesday. We'll drop back to 77, which is closer to average. Then Wednesday down to 72. In the Sierra, mid-60s tomorrow. We get that slight chance for a shower or snow shower near the crest of the Sierra on Friday. Sunshine Saturday, Sunday up to 65. We'll repeat that Monday before a cool down Tuesday to 59, then down to 53 Wednesday. There's your forecast. We'll send it back to Catherine.
Lauren, thank you. Well, we have video of the first girder installed at a wildlife crossing in Los Angeles. It's being built over the 101 freeway in Agoura Hills so animals can safely cross from one side to the other. Caltrans will be shutting down the 101 southbound lanes from 11 p.m. at night until 4 in the morning for several weeks during this construction. And we have breaking news out of Northwest Fresno. Police in the area of Fairmont and Holt Avenues. This is near Shaw and Marks. Early reports say this is a shooting investigation. And take a look. This is a live picture from the scene. You can see there are several Fresno police patrol units at the scene. Again, this is at Fairmont and Holt in Northwest Fresno. No word yet on a victim. Be sure and stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of this developing story. Coming up next in sports, the Fresno State football team continues preparation for their 2024 season. We hear from some members of the Bulldogs offense. Next in Sports Central.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get 2.9% APR for 72 months on select Sierra 1500 models.
See your Central Valley GMC dealer today.
Hungry for a big night? Rally's delivers the flavor with the 2 for $6. Yeah.
The new Tangled Barbecue Swiss Burger or fully loaded fry burger. Any two, just $6.
Let's go.
And try new Buford Bites. Our big Buford in snackable bites.
Rally's, it's how we roll.
This is not the first all-electric car. That's because no BMW sees the road until it's reached the ultimate standard, our own. A standard that demands that every BMW drives and feels exactly like a BMW should. Unparalleled performance and precision handling made possible by electric engineering. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine? Hurry in to lease the 2024 BMW i4 eDrive 35 for $499 per month.
Hey there, Brenda.
It's Carol.
Exactly. So which leg are we operating on?
You mean arm?
It's all connected.
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you sure you're an orthopedist?
Actually, I'm a Sagittarius.
Especially when it comes to your finances.
Do you have a question? Are you a certified financial planner?
Yes, I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP. Find your CFP professional at letsmakeaplan.org.
Eye on Ag with Anthony Bailey, only on Eyewitness News and yourcentralvalley.com.
Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
Don't be fooled by imitation stem cell treatments. For real regeneration, we use your own body's stem cells to turn damaged tissue into healthier ones. Call us today for an appointment.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Let's go! Answer the call to adventure in a powerful truck or versatile SUV. Explore more of California this season with Toyota's legendary reliability. Right now, get low 3.99% APR on the spacious Highlander or lease a fuel-efficient RAV4 hybrid for just $379 a month. Grab the keys, let's go! Toyota, let's go places.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
The Fresno State football team continues spring practice. The Bulldogs wore shells on Wednesday in practice number 11. Preparation continues for the Bulldog football team. The Dogs open up the season on August 31st on the road at Michigan. The Bulldogs O-line was on display on Wednesday with a veteran group. Fresno State's offensive line is headlined by senior center Mose Baba-O. He's been a constant leader for this group and is confident as spring practice continues.
Building as a team, building chemistry, that's what spring ball's for. So we're on a good roll right now and hope to keep it up.
We're going to be physical, man. We're going to be tough, physical. We're going to be fanatical in our effort. We want to be playmakers. And I know offensive linemen aren't playmakers necessarily getting the ball, but we're going to make plays happen, and we're going to bring that Bulldog toughness that the offensive lines have had in the past and something that we need to carry on.
Fresno State softball team in action on Wednesday night, hosting Cal for a midweek matchup. The Bulldogs suffered a 4-3 loss. Fresno State returns to action on Friday, opening up a 3-game series with UNLV. The Dogs are currently 4th in the conference standings, while the Lady Rebels come to town in 2nd place in the Mountain West. To college hoops, former Fresno State women's basketball forward Sydney Deathman has transferred to Rocky Mountain College. She averaged 6 points and nearly 4 rebounds a game last season as a junior. She played her first 3 seasons of college basketball at Fresno State. She produced 7 double-digit games this past season, totaling 11 in her career as a Bulldog. Another former Fresno State basketball player making a move. Hannah Cavender announced she is returning for her final season to play college basketball at Miami. The Cavender twins transferred from Fresno State to Miami 2 years ago. After taking a year off, Haley announced she'll play next season at TCU, while Hannah will return to Miami, where she averaged 3.8 points per game. She appeared in 34 games during the 22-23 season for the Hurricanes. Our local minor league teams in action on Wednesday night. The Fresno Grizzlies suffered its first road loss of the year. The Stockton Ports beat Fresno 6-5. Despite the loss, though, former Fresno State Bulldog E.J. Andrews Jr. hit his first homer of the season, while the Visalia Rawhide earned its 5th win, 10-5 the final score over the Storm. And that's going to do it for sports. Back to you.
Angelique, thank you. It doesn't hurt to look fashionable when you compete on the world stage. We have a look at what Team USA athletes will be wearing at the Paris Olympics coming up.
The left-leaning media totally outraged by so many of the former president's recent words and actions, while the right-leaning media downplaying it all. There's nothing to see. Those of us not in the partisan media business, I think, need to be trying to call balls and strikes. Here's the reality that no other cable news network can say. You can count on us to try to call out what's important and what's not.
Another reason why News Nation is news for all America.
Everyone who's endured the bad seat, finally, sweet, sweet redemption. The Lexus TX, 3-row luxury that treats every seat like the best seat.
I grew up in Linden, California, but as a former Bulldog, I consider Fresno home too. My All Rise Foundation teaches kids how to be heroes for their community by putting service over self. So we're partnering with the Central California Blood Center to encourage young adults to give blood and save lives.
Erin, remember your launch angle.
Because being a hometown hero is as simple as stepping up. How about that for launch angle?
Hi, I'm Red. Come see us at our furniture galleries.
Red's Furniture Gallery. Now with 2 locations. On Blackstone at Escalon in Fresno. And our new location on South Moody Boulevard at Whitendale in Visalia. Save 20 to 40% on living room, dining room, bedroom, kid sets, and mattresses. Take advantage of Red's easy financing. 48 months at 0% interest. OAC. No credit? No problem.
Come see us at our 2 locations, Fresno and Visalia.
Experience some of the greatest planes in history up close and in person at Castle Air Museum. See them all during the 11th annual Bombs Away Car Show, Saturday, April 20th from 9 to 4. Check out classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Enjoy food vendors, music, and much more. All while surrounded by 80 great aircrafts like the B-52 Bomber, F-16 Viper, and the F-14 Tomcat. Visit our website for details. The 11th annual Bombs Away Car Show, Saturday, April 20th at Castle Air Museum. Come be amazed.
We have an update to that breaking news out of Northwest Fresno. This is at Fairmont and Holt near Shaw and Marks. Fresno police gave information just moments ago. This call came in around 10:40 tonight. It was a shot spotter report of multiple rounds fired. Police have found a victim. They say a man in his 40s was shot several times. He's been taken to the hospital and is now listed in critical condition. There are officers in that area right now. They've blocked off streets in that area, trying to find any potential witnesses. But again, this is at Fairmont and Holt, Shaw and Marks area of Northwest Fresno. We'll have an update coming up throughout the night on our website, yourcentralvalley.com, and on Eyewitness News this morning. Switching gears, designer Ralph Lauren is once again outfitting the U.S. Olympic athletes who will compete during the Summer Games in Paris. Take a look. Here's what the athletes will be wearing. They're called a fusion of style and performance. Skateboarder Jagger Eaton says it's important to feel good in what you're wearing.
It's a big deal, you know, especially on that Olympic stage, to go out and feel good about what you're wearing and feel good about competing in it. I'm so grateful to be, like I said, you know, my lifestyle and what I wear on a daily is very similar to what I wear in contests.
And those clothes do look fairly comfy. And we're about 100 days away now from the start of the Summer Games. It's exciting.
Yes.
And our weather here is looking quite beautiful.
Yes, we are finally feeling very spring-like. In fact, we're running a little warm for this time of the year with a stretch of 80s ahead.
That's going to do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 11. Stay tuned for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Have a great night.
With the partnership of my local trusted realtor, I finally made my dream of home ownership a reality. Backed with local neighborhood insight and industry data, realtors guide their clients through the process and advocate for them every step of the way. Whether you are ready to put down roots and invest in your first home, or whether you're looking to downsize, your next steps are some of the most important decisions you'll make. Members of the Fresno Association of Realtors put their clients' needs first and are here for you. My realtor believes in my dream.
This is internet that's not just fast. This is like hold on to your eyeballs fast. Now with double the speed for the same price, only $19.99 a month. The fastest ever. Fast at the speed of last-minute recipes, series finales, teenage gossip, and destroying these guys. For the win. Do it all at once, fast.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Enjoy a $3 sausage McMuffin with egg and pair it with a $1.49 any size Coke.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm Danger. A gimmick in insurance ads used to scare you, but not AAA.
Since we don't use gimmicks, why are you here?
Outsmart scare tactics and choose coverage confidence from AAA.
I'm Adair Stab, and you're watching CBS 47.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is facing new threats to his job from members of his own party for even considering, yes, considering a vote on sending U.S. aid to Ukraine.
Congressman Thomas Massey now joining Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene in an effort to try to oust Speaker Johnson from this position. If just one more Republican joins this effort, he could lose this job.
Sorry, Mike Johnson. Ooh, you're screwed for real. Can't afford to lose more than one vote. MTG has got you by the scrubs. I'm sorry, Mike Johnson. Ooh, to Trump you kneel. You claim God spoke to you. What he say? That cheating with porn stars is okay. I'm sorry, Mike Johnson. Ooh, you don't appeal. Not If soon we'll have speaker number 3, while sings all these cats and dogs agree.
It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, mock trial. Plus, Stephen welcomes John Lithgow and Doris Kearns Goodwin. Featuring Louis Cato and The Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
Have a seat, everybody. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Hello out there. Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. And ladies and gentlemen, I come to you on an historic day. Have yourselves bronzed and engraved. Because today, the Senate took up 2 articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary and man paralyzed by all the toppings at Sweetgreen. Alejandro Mayorkas. House Republicans have never identified a specific high crime or misdemeanor for the impeachment, which is usually kind of a thing. But still, historic. It's only the 2nd time in America that a cabinet member has been impeached. The first was Secretary of War William Belknap back in 1876, which Congress accused of prostituting his high office to his lust for private gain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? Earlier this week, House managers had the task of walking the articles of impeachment from the House